Every night at exactly 9:47 p.m., when most of the office lights went dark, Daniel Ruiz walked in. Not with a laptop, not with a briefcase, but with a mop and a trash cart. In a tall glass building in downtown Chicago, while executives went home to their families, Daniel started his shift. He cleaned coffee stains from desks where million-dollar decisions had been made just hours before. He emptied trash cans filled with crumpled ideas, forgotten plans, and sometimes missed opportunities. To most people there, he was invisible, but Daniel saw everything. He read the motivational quotes hanging in the CEO's office. He studied the whiteboard plans left in meeting rooms. He noticed how leaders talked, how they planned, how they solved problems, and deep inside, he had a quiet dream of his own. Daniel didn't start with advantages. His father got sick. College had to be put on hold. Bills didn't wait. So he took the only job he could find, night janitor. But every break, while others scrolled social media, Daniel watched free business classes on his phone. Marketing, leadership, startups. He wasn't just cleaning offices, he was preparing for one. One night, he found something unusual in a trash bin, a rejected business proposal for a small delivery app. Most people would have thrown it away. Daniel didn't. He read it carefully, and suddenly it connected with something personal. His mother had always struggled to get grocery deliveries in their neighborhood. Big companies ignored places that didn't make enough profit. But what if small local drivers could serve those areas? That night, instead of going home to sleep, Daniel sat in a 24-hour diner with a cheap cup of coffee, drawing his business idea on napkins. From that moment, he lived two lives. At night, janitor. During the day, student, builder, dreamer. He saved every dollar, learned coding online, sent messages to strangers asking for advice. Most people ignored him. Some laughed. But one person replied. A manager from the same building had seen Daniel studying business books during breaks. She said, "I don't know your full story, but I see your effort. Let's talk." Her name was Melissa. She didn't hand him money. She gave him something more powerful, direction. She taught him how to pitch an idea, how to think like a founder, how to believe he belonged in rooms he once cleaned. Daniel launched a tiny version of his delivery app, 5 drivers, 1 neighborhood. First week, 3 orders. Second month, 200. 1 year later, local news called it the app that served the neighborhoods big companies forgot. Investors started calling. The night Daniel quit his janitor job, he didn't rush out. He walked slowly through each hallway, touched the doors he once cleaned, and whispered, "Thank you." Because those floors taught him discipline, those empty offices taught him vision, and being invisible taught him how to see opportunities others missed. 5 years later, Daniel Ruiz stood on a stage in a suit, CEO of a company operating in 40 cities. In the front row sat his mother, crying. When reporters asked, "How did you go from janitor to CEO?" Daniel smiled and said, "I was never just a janitor. I was a student with a mop." Your job today is not your final title. Your struggle is not your identity. And sometimes the person cleaning the office tonight is learning how to run it tomorrow.